morning, everybody. Welcome to Bowen. We are at the 2022 Don River Dash. Right behind me, the 484 truck. We're warming that up. After our last event in Gundy, we're not taking any chances on that rear end on that third member. So we put some new processes in with the race team. That diff gets warmed up before we head out for every event. This is my favourite race on the calendar. Yes, big statement. And by favourite race, I mean favourite event, favourite weekend. We are here at the Whitsunday, so we are right on the Great Barrier Reef. Racetrack starts on that fence just over there. We head down tarmac. We got an 80km/h speed limit. Head down the tarmac, drop into the riverbed. We race 3 laps of the river on Saturday, 3 laps on Sunday. Today is Friday. What we're doing today, we're about to go out for a recce. So super excited to get out there and have a look. Say good morning.
Morning.
So my partner in crime, what's it like? This is your first on.
This is actually, well, from the outside, it's the best camp setup.
Yeah.
Like, we're right in the middle of it. We've got the trailers here. Everything's easy, and we're right here with you guys. You know, I love it.
I've got my lucky charm with me this weekend as well. What's it like to be in Bowen?
It's good. It's really fun.
How was this morning?
So much fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So Mia is she's like a mermaid. If there's ocean, she's got to go there, and she actually dragged me in at 5 a.m. this morning, freezing my little ass off. But you were good?
Yeah.
Yeah? You excited for this weekend?
Yeah, I'm really keen.
Who's going to win?
Dad.
Who's going to win the 10 class?
The twins.
Yay! All right, I'll leave you two to it. All right, truck's off. Audio a little bit cleaner. Can I get a head shake if that's a yes? All right, now we're a little bit happier. She just had a little cough. All right, boys, Christian, Ashton, Rock Dog. What's up? Welcome to Don.
Yeah.
How you guys feeling?
Yeah, good man. Good.
Yeah?
It's going to be good, yeah.
Yes.
What do you think is the most exciting part about the track?
It's fast,
It's fast, man.
Just fast.
Like, this thing is top gear, wide open. There's really this track, there's only 2 corners. There's really only 2 turns.
Yeah.
There's the loop at the end of the river and the loop up this end. So this one is all about, like, big kahunas who can hold it pinned the longest. You excited to be back in Bowen?
This is one of my favourite events of the year.
This is my favourite. I'm going to go there and say it. This is my favourite. You took a couple of days driving up here, eh?
Yeah, and it's fun coming up.
Yeah.
It's fun coming up, and we're looking forward to going back, because we'll end up staying here an extra week.
Yeah.
It's that nice.
Yeah.
And it's a great spectator event.
If you're curious about off-road racing, you want to come and attend an event, or maybe you want to get into the sport, this is the one to come to. Good luck you two today.
Cheers.
Yeah?
Yep.
Today is not the race.
No, definitely do not roll feeling it out. Recce.
Whoa. You don't... Shut your mouth. You don't say that.
You don't say it.
Those
I'm the
words,
opposite.
you don't
I like
say
to
those
not
words.
manifest it.
Take it easy. All right. Come around this side. Now. This is the first time you've seen it in episode. I know you're all curious. Everybody wants to know about it, right? Now, I don't know where we are right now as far as when you guys are going to be watching this on YouTube, but stay tuned for the episode that's coming up on the Ram TRX, because that is the most badass bit of kit that I've ever driven or owned in my life, and I cannot believe I got one. On the way up here, actually, it's got 700 kilometres on the dash now, or 800 kilometres on the dash. The car unlocks, so launch control's now working. I've got 100% throttle. I've got 702 horsepower. The thing is absolutely ridiculous. Towing the X3 all the way up here, and get this, so 702 horsepower supercharged, V8, I've done 22 litres per 100, which is insane. Like, that is the fuel consumption. I'm absolutely blown away. So impressive. So we went pre-running in this thing this morning. The thing is insane. You put it in Baja mode, the shocks start working, the paddle shifts, the transmission, the launch control. It is the most unbelievable car, and I am so glad I've got one. There was only 702 of these things built, and I'm so lucky to get one. And to Ram Trucks Australia, guys, thank you so much for hooking me up. I waited a long time for it, and it is by far the best thing I've ever bought. Steve, get over here. Come on, come and say good day. Say hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
All right, so the truck. Since Gundy? What's happened? What have you done? What have we
Basically
done?
service prep.
Yeah.
Rear end got replaced.
Yep.
Fixed the whole front end.
Yep.
New bonnet.
Yep. How you feeling for this weekend?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truck's feeling good.
We just got to get tyre pressures. That's it.
Yeah. So I think we're going to we're going to run a little bit harder this weekend to try and get it. That sand to me feels softer than it did last year. I don't know why, but
Yeah, okay.
it feels a lot softer than it did last year. But we'll see what happens. You feeling good?
Yeah, definitely.
Can we repeat what we did last year?
Well, just got to bang gears and just keep going.
You. All right. Let's see if we can get this done. That was Steve. Look at the elbow. Look at the elbow.
Every
See?
time.
How much better is that? Awesome, thanks, mate. And then coming over here, we got the Big Mac transporter. Once again, I don't know how we ever did this sport without it. It has just changed absolutely everything for us. Even, for example, this weekend, the off-road racing thing for us, it's a family sport. It's always been a family sport. It will always be a family sport. And there is no better place for a relaxing family weekend, because race weekends for us are just mayhem, you know. But this race here, and being in one position, the way they stagger the race out, the Saturday morning race, we leave at 8:30, we're back at 11 a.m. and then we've got the whole rest of the day. So it's just such an awesome event. So let's get in the cars, let's go and have a look at the track, and we'll come back to you on race day. Don River Dash, race day one. Now this is I don't try and hide the fact this is my favourite race, right? This is my number one favourite race. One thing I'll explain to you guys about Don River Dash, which makes it so unique to any other race on the calendar, there's no prologue, zero prologue. So I think that's another one of the reasons why I do so well there, because if you watch the series, you know, prologue gets the better of me. But how they do it is they do it on past year's results or your current standings in the championship. So they run a reverse grid, which means the fastest cars start at the back, the slowest cars start at the front. Now I'm taking off beside, I've got to be careful to say this because I know they're going to watch it, probably a couple of my heroes, to be perfectly honest with you. There's two guys here that my first ever think, the first time I ever saw trophy trucks live back in 2012, these guys placed, I think, first and third in the Fink Desert race. Now that's Brad Gallard in the 454 truck, and obviously Billy Geddes, who you saw last year. So for me to be staging up at the back of the grid with these guys, this is my first real trophy truck race. I'm in a pack with guys that I want to compete with, guys that have won events like Fink, they've won championships, they're running bitchin' trucks, and now my team's sitting up the top with these guys. I cannot wait for race day one to kick off and have a real trophy truck race up in Bowen. Don River is a stupidly fast event, and fast for very, very long periods of time. You have got stretches 4 kilometres where you are wide open in top gear, and then you've got sections that on day one are not so bad because the river floods once a year, but by the time you come around on lap 2 or lap 3, but specifically more into day 2, it gets rough, and this is where the trucks really come to their own. It's still probably a pro buggy race because of the current laws when it comes to engine restrictions in racing in Australia. We can still only run a 6 litre in the trophy truck. Some of the buggies, twin turbo, 3.5s, they're running up to about 1,000 horsepower. To give you some sort of example, we might see a top speed in the sand of 155, 160 kilometres an hour. Some of those pro buggies are doing 180 to 190 kilometres an hour. But all that's going to change for next season when we go to the 7 litre rule. The rougher it gets, the better it gets, the faster it gets, the happier I am and the happier the truck is. lot of work since Fink, and one of the biggest changes that we've made to the truck is we have a whole new suspension valving set up, and this thing has really come alive. I feel so much more comfortable in tipping the truck in. Now, once again, this is a real high speed race, but even when I get into the real rough stuff, I'm finding now I can really get up on top of it. I can point the truck where I want it to go and it behaves. It's like the truck's responding to what I want, and especially through the corners. More importantly, my team is prepping the car better. They know the car better, they understand it. We have life cycles now on all the parts. So I'm extremely confident now going into every race that if something is to go wrong with the truck mechanically, it's not from lack of trying or lack of knowledge. I'm pretty sure my boys have got it dialed in.
So we finally got an actual car. We are no longer in a toy. We are in a Lumi Craft Class 10, and this is basically the next step up from a side. So we are very, very keen to jump in this weekend and give it a red hot and go.
Motor's done. We can't fix this thing here.
It's kind of sad too. It's a bit of an end of an era with the 688 car as we know it. The car's been good to us, and it's a sad way to retire the car, you know.
This is our first real time in this car at a race. So we wanted to just take it easy and get to know our new baby, but let's be honest, it's racing and we get excited and it's sequential, so you gotta just bang gears and just pass all those side by sides. Okay, so Sam Bentley, he was in his 10 car at Fink, and we saw that thing and we just had to have one. And now that we have our own, Sam and us are going to have a very, very, very good rivalry, and you are going to see us battling him all throughout the next coming years. Okay, so new car, first race, you know, just taking it easy, getting to feel it all out, and then we see this guy coming up on our side here, and then shift down, foot down, and just Chase is on Hold first. it pinned. First one to lift is the guy that doesn't lose, so game on. The whole time I did not shut up. I was like, do not let off, do not let off. I said some really bad and degrading things to him. He was not going to take his foot off the accelerator until we passed him. So Sam ended up getting us by pushing us into kind of a corner where the track goes tight, so I had to back off to let him go in the gap and then chase on. So ultimately, Sam got us, and over the past a year or so, since he has had his 10 car, we have been talking so much with him back and forth about who is going to be faster. Yes, he passed us, but I don't think we're taking a no for an answer. So Sam's car and our car, they are basically exactly the same pace. So what Ash and me were trying to do, try and find any line, anything that we could use to get back up on him. Then both of us coming up under the bridge, coming up to this jump side by side. It was easy, one of the coolest things I've ever done in a car. So after battling with Sam for at least half a lap now, we were side by side, neck and neck, down the whole back straight, and then it was a left turn to come into the start and finish line, and because he was on the right side and we were on the left, we just tucked in front of him because we had these shorter lines. So thank God, and damn, it felt good.
I never had a hero. I learned how to live through the stereo. Coming from where I come from, nothing inferior. Everything you see ain't what it appears though. Everything that I built, make that from zero, then added a zero. I am my hero. You couldn't imagine what it's like in my mind. It's beauty and catastrophe at the same time. When a minute after me, when it was game time, now I know that they mad at me. I'm what you can't find. I'm not from the day. I come alive at night. I'm not what you used to couldn't recognize. They all on the ground while I'm taking flight. Yeah, you're welcome to join me. I promise I won't bite.
So I'm pretty much in the middle of the first lap, right? I've just come through this massive water section. We've aquaplaned over the top of it. And Jamie's come on the radio and he said 454's behind you. And I'm like, I said to him, 454, like, Brad Gallard's behind me. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Hell is about to erupt. And sure enough, I come up into this pack of like 4 trophy trucks. And we're in there, we're racing. I've got goosebumps, adrenaline is pumping. And I see this blue thing come in on the left-hand side of me, and I've never had the gate shut harder on me in my life. This guy just does not care, and that's what it takes to win Fink and win these races. But realistically, to have someone like him come in on me and close the gate like that, I was just stoked, and I gave it my best. I've tried to chase the guy down, but those lighter trucks, and obviously Brad's ability, I seen him click top gear and the thing's hooked up, it stopped throwing sand all over me, and he was just, the guy was gone. So Gallard's gone, right? I see his dust starting to disappear. I'm giving it everything. I just don't have the pace. I can't keep up with him. But through that dust, there he is, Kaminsky. There's the red truck, and that's my mind just target focused straight on that. I think I knocked it back a gear, and I said to Jamie, I'm like, Kaminsky, we've got to get him. So me and Brett, we're battling, right? So left, right, whatever. But there was a couple of spots there where I got up on him and I think I almost got up on his door, and then it goes back to one lane, there's big jumps, and I got him, and then I'd have to let him go in the dust, and then I got him again, and then, mate, the guy's a gentleman, you know, we've come into a big right-hander, very slow, like a second gear right-hander. He's obviously seen me behind, Jamie's on the radio, he's hit the brakes, he's pulled to the left, he's let me come around, and boom, happy, got him.
lap 1 and the car was on song, but just as we came under the gates, we did begin to see a bit of a temperature rise in the gearbox. So we had to, once again, new car, we don't really know where those temps should be, so we thought that it was getting a bit hot, so we did choose to back off a bit, and then Sam came back past us, which just sucked. The issue that we ended up having was we burnt out the thermofan relay, which means that it was not sucking air to cool the trans. And what I love about John, you have a center lane that goes down both sides of the track. So if you are having any issues with your car, you can get back to the pits just going down that track. So we jumped on that, got back to the pits, changed the relay, and then back out.
So that's the end of day one. Now, a couple of things happened to put us in a really good position. So we've ended up at the end of day one, we're second in class and 6 outright. Now, one of the big things going through my head all day was Billy Geddes was behind me because of that reverse grid start. I knew if he got me, I'd be off the pace, and he didn't get me. And I looked at the lap times, we're only about 20 seconds or 25 seconds off the pace. He was still quicker, but he didn't manage to come around on a 26 or 27 minute lap. So that was a really good outcome. Unfortunately, Gallard in the 454 truck, he blew a rear end. So he's out. So that's Billy Geddes is now number 1 on corrected time, and I'm sitting in number 2 in class on corrected time. But the track is going to chop up this afternoon. All the bikes go out this afternoon. 200 or 300 bikes go out tomorrow. That's when the big trucks are going to shine. Awesome. Give me a car that don't break. Give me a car that don't break, Steve, and I'll win races. Thank you. Thank you. Good job, mate.
Champion, thank you very much.
So at the end of the day, me and Ashton finished 50th, which considering all of the issues we had isn't too bad. But unfortunately, Sam had a big mishap, so he is now out of the race. So let's see what Ashton can do tomorrow.
Okay, so it's day 2. I finally get to drive this car. I cannot wait to just hold the thing pinned and just get around the track and hopefully be one of the fastest 10 cars out there.
Watch the lights when they go out. Yeah. Shake them back. There you go, mate. Good, man, good.
So far the temperatures all seem good. Ashton is driving clean, so I think that we are definitely on for a very good day.
You roll down, so take a nudge your own pace. Jump off it. Yeah, good. Just up here, and then right. Yep. Bloody singing, man.
For day 2, it did definitely get very chopped up, and as you could have seen, we were passing cars are just here and there, but just getting used to the aluminum craft 10 car has been weird. Like, there has been a lot of times where you are just kind of brace for impact and the thing just goes like, and you can just hold it and pin through everything within reason, but like, it is crazy how different this car is compared to our old race car. It handles, runs and drives amazing.
Hold decent pace because you do have a class 1 up on you. Go left more. Sweet. Yeah, sick. That was good, man. That was really good. Sick, dude, sick.
Race day 2 plan, full send. Like, no, I'm going to give it more. I'm going to give this thing absolutely everything that I got. I've only got one trophy truck that I need to compete with because the rest of the boys aren't running too well. Actually, I'll jump in here and say Hayden Bentley, who is the twins' arch nemesis father when it comes to off-road racing. Hayden got a flat on day 1, so him and his Class 8, his twin turbo four-wheel drive, he's not in for points, but today it's all going to be about lap times. So I just want to give it everything that I've got. I'm not going home this weekend. Win it or bin it. That's going to be the motto for Sunday. I want to come home with a first place finish. Let's be honest. That's what I want. That's what I'm going for. And let's see if we can get it done.
Don't know what to do. Take it easy. I can stay on my side. Okay, good. Go. Pull up. 140. Go. 488, we're on your right. 480, we're overtaking on your right. 480, we're on your right.
Lap 1, halfway through lap 1, we started seeing trans temperatures rise. It was a hotter day today. We're in the sand. I think everybody was probably experiencing the same thing, talking to them later on after the race, but that really slowed us down. We had to run in some parts like half throttle or 3/4 throttle just to get the trans temperature down.
Override. All right, I'm at half throttle, let me know. Yep. How's the temps looking? 140 on the trans. Tell me when I can go. You can't go. You've got to get it down. At this stage, let's just finish.
Now, Jamie and I are battling with this trans temp thing. I'm like, Jamie, when can I go? He's like, you can't go. I'm like, Jamie, when can I go? You can't go. When can I go? You can't. This is going on, right? But in the distance, there he is, Hayden Bentley in his four-wheel drive twin turbo. Now, this is another guy that I've been watching for a really long time. Before I could afford a trophy truck, I used to go out to Fink, go to the races and watch this guy race. His whole family's into off-road racing. His daughter races a Class 4 truck. His son's racing the 10 car. So that was my target. Hayden Bentley, dude, now it's your turn. I'm going to come for you. That's my goal today, is to get Hayden Bentley as soon as we can sort out the frigging trans temps.
See our mate on the corner, that's Bentley. But up down the whole way on. It's what it is. Bring it home. Yep. Right one, and then this is where that tight water is. Okay. Hey, just hit it. You're on it now. 137. That water cooled the out of it. 136. Is there another line, Jamie? Yeah, but there's someone else in it. You're better off going higher. Go right. Not too far. Just keep foot pins. One. Pull again. Just stay on him. Green, jump now, jump now. Yep. Let's Hayden, go, let's get him.
The last couple of kilometres, another epic moment for me in the truck. So that's two like amazing moments I had. I've got Hayden in front of me. I've got my brother screaming at me, go harder, get him. We're in the dust. He's passing cars. I can't see really in the dust what's going on. We just couldn't get the pace.
Go. Go harder. You go. 818, we want to come round you. 818, coming round you. 818, left. Go, Justin, go. Don't take the bushes, do not take those bushes. This is the finish line, but back off. Let's not do the same.
So I reckon if we had another couple of Ks, it would have been a different story. But when we've come into that last left-hander, he has just dusted me out, just roosted me with everything. He wasn't moving over for me. And dude, awesome, epic battle, sick race. Coming in on the tail of a guy that I've watched for so long and a guy I respect in the sport. It was just awesome. We hit that jump into the pits, and I think my brother was saying something like, well done, which, if you kind of picked up on Jamie, that's about as emotional as he gets.
Well done. Another jump.
When he tells you you've done a good job, you can be proud that you've done a good job. So just a sick event. I really want to get into the pits. Have we done it? Where's Billy? Where are the pro buggies? I really, really want to be on that box.
Stop, motion, push you. That's how you drop. Yeah, brother, that's how you drop. Yeah.
At the end of day 2, we were the first ones back in to the pits, finished up 27th outright and 3rd in class. So for our first race, with the Class 10, we did manage to take home a trophy, which is pretty cool.
Overall, we could not be happier with the 10 car. It's got enough power, it's got a sequential. Me and Christian, both work really well in that car, and most importantly, it is a car that matches our skill level. So honestly, I could not be more happy and more excited about it. Cannot wait to race all the other races during the year, and this car is not going anywhere anytime soon.
Good job, Danny.
Yeah, I reckon that was 2 minutes. So Billy's just come in. We've just got to wait for the times now. We've just got to see it's up to the stopwatch. The stopwatch don't lie, so we'll see in just a second kind of where we've ended up. But
it's going to be within seconds.
It's going to be close. It's going to be really, really close. So to be honest, disappointed, yeah? Now, if you would have asked Justin 12 months ago if he would have been disappointed about coming 4th outright and 2nd in class in an event, I think that would have been the unachievable. But I feel like we've put the effort in. I think I've put the effort in as a driver. I think my brother's put the effort in as a navigator. My team sure as hell have put the effort in to bring this truck together and give me a car that doesn't break. And that's all I've been asking the boys. There's a motto here in the workshop. Give me a car that doesn't break and I'll do the best I can with it. And I think the team's coming together. We're really proving what we can do as a team. And I think now that we start getting disappointed when we don't win, that's when I know we're moving in the right direction, to be honest. Some people will watch that and be like, that's really uncool. But I think that's the reality of it, When you're disappointed that you don't win, it means you know that you can win, right? And that's where the team's at now. And I think the race season for 23 is going to be awesome. Huge shout out to my boys in their new 10 car. Absolutely friggin' killed it. 2nd in class at their first event against some guys that have been racing for a long time. They had a sick battle with Sam. We were having a lot of jokes with the Bentleys over that weekend. Don River. You can see in this episode why it's my favourite race of the season from a couple of different perspectives. It's just awesome, fun racing. It's a family weekend. It's in our home state. It's in an amazing town. The people at Bowen are just amazing people. They're coming into camp every night. We're hanging out with the police sergeant and the fruit shop owner, and everybody's just, it's really communal up there. So I would suggest that everybody get up to Don River because, I said it last year and I think even the year before, that will be one of the premium racing events in Australia, and I think everybody has to experience it.
Love is uncontrollable, and I hope that it will never end. Colors of the world dripping off this Promise if you did, and we will hunt the light out. Illuminate beyond compare. There's fire in the passion.
All right, Joel, that is a wrap. Don River Dash 2022. We'll see you next season. Did that just happen? Oh, I thought I was going to get mad, but I'm actually not mad. That actually just happened.
I think he paid himself.
Don River Dash.